Welcome all to some more of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Wait. Welcome back to more Ace Attorney Investigations by Dr. Damon. Up next, right next to you, you can clearly tell that it's investigations. We're done with the Chronicles. So everybody who saw you were here for the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, get the fuck out of here. That is not what tonight is all about, okay? Tonight is all about investigating a double murder on two different countries. It's a goddamn mystery. No, it really isn't. I think it may be or may not be, but clearly shenanigans are afoot. So, anyways, right, I forgot the one thing I was gonna do. So, the poll has ended, and the Ace Attorney Adventure episode I'm going to replay is our first ever Turnabout replay is Turnabout Samurai! Yeah, so I announced on Discord this earlier, and I'm going to shoot for January 9th through the 11th for that. That sounds like a good time for it. This is a little break from Turnabout Christmas, which is December 19th to the 21st. So, it's only a couple weeks away, man. And if you don't know, for those that are wondering, Turnabout Christmas is just a replay of Turnabout Goodbyes because it's a nice, fun Christmas tradition. And one of these years, I will not be playing an Ace Attorney game. I will not have to break up an Ace Attorney game just for it. So thank you very much. One day I will not be playing an Ace Attorney game while I have to replay Turnabout Goodbyes. One of these times. Last year I just got finished with episode 1 of the Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve. And this year we'll be shortly wrapping up Ace Attorney Investigations. So, and like I said, so this week I am going to be live for more investigations on Saturday because with Thursday being Thanksgiving, I will not be live streaming. I typically try to avoid live streaming on holidays, so that's why Thursday I had to move to Saturday. So this week, next week, and then 7th. Wait, is this 7th? Yeah, we'll have 2 more weeks after this for... Wait, hold on. That's the case then. Tonight, middle part 2. So we're actually going to end on the 5th of November, so I'll have to figure out something for December 7th. I think that's going to be our Objection.lol adventures, and then the following week is when we'll get into the horror game, and I think I'm going to do the horror game before I do Condemned Criminal Origins 2, simply just because Condemned was... The horror game was the lower tier of milestones, so I should do the lower tier first, even though they were hit at exactly the same time. So, even though I say all of that, but the first thing I'm doing is the Objection.lol one, because I think that's going to be the easiest one to do, in my opinion. Actually, it's the one that doesn't cost me any money. That's what it is. Plus, I'm getting close to finishing my... Actually, before I head over to our game, before we head over to the gameplay, I feel like it is a good idea to sit down what game I am buying. So, I'm going to be playing Violeti. And actually, I'm going to buy that right now. It is 50% off. So I only have to pay $5 for it. Actually, I'll do that later. Because we should play the game. Playing Ace Attorney sounds like a great plan right now. March 14th, 9:20 p.m. 9:21 p.m. Open air stage. I left the mask to investigations for Francesca and returned to Balia. I suppose my first order of business should look into Balia's ballot stack. Mr. Edgeworth! It's okay. What's the situation? Oh, it's great. Investigating's so much fun. In other words, they made absolutely no progress. We weren't giving up on us, sir. Sure, you weren't gumsh. Absolutely no goofing off. You've been investigating our hearts out. Very well then. Would you care to give me an update on your investigation? Oh, we have a really fun time, sir. So they made no progress. I knew it. 0 progress. In any case, Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir. You have permission to enter the Abolition Emissary, is that correct? Yup. As a local detective, I'm helping out with investigations on both sides, sir. Good. In that case, I can leave this piece of evidence with you. Pieces of evidence with you. They belong to the lady in the Pink Princess, under the Pink Princess's mask. The Pink Princess? What kind of lady was playing her, sir? You don't want to know. The kind that was also playing the role of the Pink Badger yesterday. Ugh! My thoughts exactly, Gumshoe. Understood, sir. If I happen to run into her, I'll give them back to her. If I don't, then I guess I'll unload them somewhere. He doesn't seem all that enthused to go find her, but I can't blame her. Evidence that has lost their value is given to Detective Gumshoe. Now then, I do believe that I don't believe I'll be needing this anymore either. What? Are you really gonna throw that autograph away? You don't understand, Kay. I need to destroy this as well. Yes, because that Steel Samurai was a fake. I only want one autograph, and that's from the real Steel Samurai, Will Powers. And I know that's the real Steel Samurai because I had prosecuted against him. Which we will be seeing in Turnabout Replay, Turnabout Samurai. I feel like that should be the cue of every time we do. Wait, no, I got this. I have like the soundtracks on Spotify. Hold on, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great if I had the right playlist up. That is, I had my Weeb playlist. It's gonna be great. Okay. So we would be doing turnabouts. We'd be doing Turnabout Replay, Turnabout Samurai. Okay, that's enough of that joke. Okay, let's continue. Steel Samurai autograph was shoved into a ball and disposed of. Wait, what? What do you mean by fake? Now then, I do believe it's time for a little housekeeping. Unnecessary evidence has been remaining evidence has been rearranged. So it's only what we gave Gumshoe and the autograph we threw away. Yes. How's the investigation going on Bella? Has she Secretary's office, Kay? Well, even though we found a few treasures, they all been pretty much burned to a crisp. A treasure is a terrible thing to waste. Anyways, is there anything else I should know about? Oh, that's right. You know what I found in the ad office? A wooden bear carving. Yet another reference to Farewell My Turnabout. It's so cute! Can I have it? Huh? Can I? I'm not your dad. Your dad died 7 years ago. No, of course you can't. By the sense of things, it appears that there has been no progress in the investigation. Okay, about this piece of evidence. Huh? May I? Really have it? But you know, as the Yatsugatsu, it'd be bad if I couldn't get this by myself. Sorry, but I have no intention of giving you this piece of evidence. Oh, really? And I guess I misunderstood. I feel like I have been a very similar conversation with someone else before. Oh, it was Elbeck, right? This is your father, Brian Faraday. He planned to use this evidence in the trial 7 years ago. But he was killed by it when it was turned into a weapon, huh? Curses! I shouldn't have made her recall such a tragic event. How could I have been so careless? So I guess these counterfeit remain in Balchi ink. Come to think of it, I remember hearing on the news the other day that the Republic of Shanghai spies where these bills were coming from. What an economic mess. It's common knowledge that money rules the hearts of men, and when that money turns out to be fake, all-encompassing confusion is the result. Ha! And that's when Yatsugatsu makes her stand. I'm gonna use my iron fist of justice on each and every counterfeit you'll see. I appreciate your sense of justice, however. I would appreciate it if you wouldn't go running into the hearts of any more raging fires. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. I'll try. I knew this would be mostly a waste of time, but it's about samurai dogs, right? Ah, but see, I'm a jamming ninja fan. Well, I would love to have one. I'm gonna have to be strong and resist the urge. Well then, how about we slowly enjoy them after we crack this case? Okay, fine, you twisted my arm. Let's indulge! Okay, that's everything I wanted to do with Kay. Hey, do you detect the sense of treasure coming from this bush? The sense of treasure. Not at all. Ah, Mr. Edgeworth, you're totally not with it. No, with it? No, and it's important for you both thieves and prosecutors to be energetic. Perhaps for a thief like you, but that's a level of energy unbecoming of a prosecutor. I was about to say, tell that to... Yeah, no, don't tell it to any of the prosecutors. You really think so? That prosecutor prosecutor we met at Great Water Land seemed to be pretty active. Well, he's not a prosecutor anymore. See how everything naturally balances out? Bags full of cement powder are stacked up here. I suppose they are there for the reservation. Yeah, because I don't smell a drop of gold here. Or any treasure material. Okay, the only scent you should be detecting in a place like this is the smell of sweat. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, that was pretty good play on words there. Ah! Gummy! Don't randomly jump into our dialogues like that! Were you eavesdropping on us, Detective Gumshoe? No, it's not like that, sir. A ladder. Actually, that's a step ladder. Yes! We're back! It's back! Step ladders and ladders, baby! They're exactly the same thing. Excuse me, actually there is a huge difference between the two. Edgeworth? No way! From their structure up, they're totally different. But of course, from a thief's perspective, the best kind of ladder is a rope ladder. A step ladder is much too heavy to carry around after all. And from a prosecutor's perspective, any type of ladder is guilty of being dangerous during an earthquake. Edgeworth! Let's read the difference. Wait, I got it. Alexa! What's the difference between a ladder and a step ladder? They were different, the letters and step. Sorry, I just had to go all dirty. It appeared that the stage is also scheduled to be renovated. You know, I would love to perform on a stage like this. Something like the greatest great seat show. I would think it would be a bad idea for a seat to show up their face to the world. Coach, Mr. Edgeworth! You look like you enjoyed yourself. You're enjoying yourself, Detective. Well, I don't have much else that I enjoy as much as a good investigation, sir. Don't lose your detective spirit. I'm pretty sure I was supposed to pass those words on to you for bad. So, what did you find out? Ah, well. Ha 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 ha! So absolutely nothing. Ha 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 ha! I take it he has found nothing of particular use. As usual. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I got something really interesting from Ambassador Pablo now. Is it more coupons? Oh, what is it? There's something interesting. This, sir. Okay, I thought you were just gonna show us more coupons. Wow, that's so pretty. I'm so jealous. That's what real treasure is there. Why does the flame burn green, Detective? So apparently, if you burn the bright crystal oil that they only make in Balia, it turns green. It turns to green color, sir. Interesting. So it's a special property of the oil. I suppose this is a ploy to force people to visit Balia should the oil run out. Hey, Gummy, what do you think about these silhouettes? They sure got some cutouts on the outside of the lantern, so the protection has images. Oh, silhouettes, huh? They are rather pretty, aren't they? Wait, what am I doing? I was supposed to ask for an update on the investigation. Hey, what's wrong, sir? There's something I wanted you to investigate for me. Do you think you could do that much? You got it, sir. Hey, that's not fair. Why is Gummy getting to do all the fun stuff? Ah, well, that's because I'm Mr. Edgeworth's partner. Ah, I can't believe you took advantage of the confusion and stole my role of assistant! I mean, I think partner and assistant are two different things, and I can have multiple partners. Thanks for the follow. Think I nailed that one. I expect the two of you to get along and work together like professionals on this. Okay, where did we leave off with Gumshoe? What do you notice about this piece of evidence, detective? I don't really sense anything special about it. But the ambassador is a different story. I see. I'm not really sensing anything special from you either, sir. Well, I'm sensing a special look at your monthly salary, detective. So this is the Yasagasaurus key, huh? That's really nifty trick they built into it. I can't stop playing with it. This is great. It's like one of those transforming toys, sir. Evidence is not to be entertained. It's not meant to entertain, detective. And nothing. Let me see. He's growing from. What do you think of this piece of evidence, detective? Wow, those look really good, sir. Can I have one? Don't you dare line your stomach with the evidence. Come to think of it, the dog detective Gumshoe takes care of just upped and ate a samurai dog earlier as well. Poor little dog, slowly becoming to resemble his handler. That's a souvenir from Balia. It's a silhouette link. By the by, how much is it? It was really expensive, sir. About as expensive as my coat. So not that expensive? Oh, I see. So it's about the average price of a cheap souvenir. Ouch, sir! Well, we have been ducking his salary pay a lot, so, sorry not sorry. Anything else to examine? You know, but there's no treasure in those things. Oh, too bad. But we do have lots of treasures back in Balia. Sounds great! I'll be sure to pay you guys a visit sometime for a 5-finger discount. Sure. We welcome you anytime. Are you sure you really want to invite us into your country with open arms? Just looking at the scaffold makes me want to climb them. I recommend that you do not try it. There was a fire burning here until not too long ago. Yeah, but I think enough time has passed, so it should be alright. Steve Child says... Wow, you're just stealing Lang's thing? God damn it, Kay! Stop stealing things, Kay! If there's a height to be scaled, then scale you must. Starting from the Thief's Child, care to explain? Starting off from Thief's Child, would you care to explain what you just said? Not even I was just like, so you're stealing something from Agent Lang now. They're having a real time of it cleaning up after the fire. So I suppose we should stay out here and investigate the station. There's a sign here warning here to there's a sign here warning people passerbyers to take precautions around this reservation. You're really going out, huh? There's construction going on everywhere. I believe Ambassador Palvino said it was to attract more tourists and visitors. But what can they do with the new stuff they're building? Hey, what do you think they should do, Mr. Edgeworth? How about transforming it into a courthouse? Hey, be serious. But I was being serious. Okay, I think. Ah, so you're back now, are you, Mr. Edgeworth? You must be tired. Here with me. You can eat whatever you would like. And they are... I don't need any more of your coupons. Discounts for our cafeteria. They open tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning. I appreciate the concern. However, these coupons do nothing for me. Ambassador Palvino, if you could please take a look at this for me. The Primac statue sitting in the Alsbeth says right now Axelball's Blalia. So it would appear. I received a call from Ms. Von Karma about this earlier. Then you will understand why I wish to inspect Balia's Primac statue immediately. Because the statue is currently in your country's possession. Yes, well, I'm already expected it myself. And it's definitely Alabast's statue. I know, because it's the real statue. Then you're saying that Balia's was a replica. I'm embarrassed to say it was true, even though I knew that someday it would be exposed. I received my orders from the leaders of Balia. I was to negotiate with Ambassador Alaba at this event. I was to negotiate with him and fix the results of the evaluations tonight. Say that we could not determine which statue was the real one. Why are you telling me this? Well, because you already figured it out. Our statue is just a hollow gold shell. Even if Balia was to lose face, the unification of the country was what's important. I'm right in thinking that, aren't I? I'm not making a mistake yet, right? If you don't know yourself, then I wouldn't pretend to know either. I never thought by being betrayed by my own secretary. The real symbol of wealth would be given to me. Isn't it simply ironic? Hey, where are you going? Are you heading back to Alabas? Yes, but before I do, I suppose I should give you a summary of what's happened. Oh, I see. So there's been a murder in both countries using an object of the other countries? That's the gist of it. Balia is just as strict as Alabas in their restriction of people and the things that enter their country. Meaning that somehow both murder weapons were smuggled into two countries. That's the only logical conclusion that can be drawn. Perhaps the key to the weapon in smuggling is the person who traversed both countries. You mean the fake Yatsugatsu? In one way or another, the Yatsugatsu is connected. Of this, I'm certain. Now, then, where was the Yatsugatsu first spotted? I believe it was the Rose Garden on Alabasian side of the embassy. The garden is just on the other side of this boundary. It's where Ambassador Alaba was to give the speech. At least, that's where I heard the Yatsugatsu had appeared. In that case, I believe it's vital that I investigate the Rose Garden post-haste. Wait, before you go, take a look at this, Mr. Edgeworth. Is it? My guess is that it's a guitar pick. I picked it up just now over there. Do you think it would be any of use? There's a little water on it. How did water get on it? It doesn't look like there's anything that could get wet from around here. I was thinking, they have concerts here at this open air stage from time to time, right? Alright, I'll find its owner later. Oh yeah, there's one more thing. Mr. Edgeworth, would you be willing to hold on to this? What is it? It's misused perfume. It's the bottle that woman left behind and I found it 7 years ago. I spotted that one day, it'd be used to tracking her down. So I kept it safe all this time. Thank you. I'd be honored to hold on to it for you. I actually wanted to talk to him, though. Oh dear. If people were to find out a murder occurred on our embassy, the numbers of tourists would plummet as our revenues. It would be a disaster. What are we going to do? He really does seem worried. Perhaps I should refrain from bringing this up. So this key can be a knife. That's some trick. This key was originally stolen from your emissary 7 years ago. Yes. My, this is fascinating. Are you listening to me at all, Ambassador? Wow, this is really fascinating. He's absorbed in playing with the key, that my voice is failing to reach him. I can't believe that this Balcony ink is going to be used in such an evil scheme. And if people were to find out, that would really tarnish the global image of Balia. This is really bad. Really, really bad. Ooh, Balia's in the bind now. Is this just me, or do his words not match his facial expressions? Ambassador Palabinero, I was wondering if you might have some thoughts on this. I think that you would know more about the case than I. So let me make it up to you for not knowing anything about these coupons. Thank you, however, I feel I must decline. Valley has ink consists mostly of white crystal oil. When it's lit, the oil and ink burns a bright green yellow. It's for a great science experience. Here, give it a try with this. Yes, well, I understand your enthusiasm, but the amount you gave me earlier is enough. I see. That's too bad. In that case, why didn't you have a few more of these coupons? I got plenty. I have plenty of those too. There's no... where is he conjuring those from? He's just like... coupons! Just like a magic spell. And coupons for you, my good prosecutor man. I can't... Number set. The statue resembles that of the hero of the Steel Samurai, don't you think? I was thinking you would say changing its name to the Steel Samurai statue. This might attract a few more tourists to our country if I did that, right? I'm not sure what to think. I thought that thing was a national treasure. He has nothing to say about the samurai dogs. I have plenty of those too. Okay, so I actually have to talk to him, so. This open air stage, what function does it serve exactly? Well, normally we use it for various events. It's also to attract extra bit of attention to Valia. I heard that tonight over at the Alopecia Rose Garden, Ambassador Abala was to give a speech. And you know what? Manny told me I really should give a speech too. Mr. Coachman told you that? Yes, he did. Which is why I thought I should give a speech of my own. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to. Because of the fire and the Atsugatsu started? Exactly. Ambassador Palvino, I'd like to ask you a little more about the Permexis statues. Oh, I see. Well, why don't you? Well, let me ask you this. Did you know that Alabasta and Balstia used to be one country called Dalia? Yes, I know that much about your history. Well, then Permexis statue belongs to the founder of Cophelia. At least that's how the story goes. It was a brief peace done to the king of Cophelia as a symbol of the country's wealth. So it was meant as a symbol of sovereignty. Is that the right to rule, I think? Yes, that's right. Which is why both countries are also adamant about their claim. We hold the real statue, therefore we hold the rights to rule, is the reasoning. That's pretty petty when you think about it, though, I suppose. But Alabash and Valia were to reestablish relations. Shouldn't that put an end to the squabbling over the statue? Oh, fuck. I have no reason to believe so. The prick statue even now is even important as the key to diplomacy. I wonder if Ambassador Polly knows about what has happened to this very important key to diplomacy. Perhaps I should show him this key and see what he has to say about it. Well, I already did, so. Ambassador Palvino, there's just one thing I'd like to ask you about. Yes? Oh, and don't worry. You can ask me more than just one thing. How about 2 or 3? In exchange, I'll expect you to come into Balias, yes? Thank you, but just one thing is all I require. Manny Coachman, I'd like to ask you about this man who is your secretary. Sure, I'll tell you what I know. Thank you for your cooperation, Ambassador. He was, well, if I had to put it in one word, he was an able man. If there was ever anything I needed as an ambassador, he was able to get it for me. To think that man is just like that, had a hand in the smuggling ring under my nose, going completely unnoticed. Actually, I suppose because he was an able man, I was unable to detect his dirty dealings. It sounds like Mr. Cushman had a very sharp mind. Recently, Manny has been very busy. Since I became the Balahi's representative at the country unification council, he's been working tirelessly to cover my work for me. I'm sorry, but what is this country unification council? Oh, well, you see, tonight's event proceeded without a hitch. Our 2 countries were to unify and become one again. So whoever's behind this doesn't want this country to want these countries to unify. That's what I'm hearing. But I guess with how things turned out, that dream won't be realized anytime soon. I suppose not. That's actually kind of key information. Sent by Global Studios. Global Studios? That's where they filmed the Steel Samurai television show. They have been producing hit after recently, so the studio has been remodeled. Oh, I read all about that in the paper the other day. That mascot of theirs is also getting a facelift too. What's the name? You mean Mrs. Monkey? Yeah, I thought it was something like that. You really have a great memory. Ha! Never underestimate the power of my recollection. I think I'll be returning to the investigation in Alabasta now, but I know I'll go back to Ballyha and do some more investigation there. March 14th, 14th, Rose Garden. I see you're back, Miles Edgeworth. How's things in Ballyha? Although I can't really say that I expected much from Scruffy that girl. The investigation into Manny Coachman's death hasn't really progressed any. However, the investigation into the Yasagatsuru has. Ah, yes, the Yasagatsuru. Even now, I find it hard to believe. A person who can really converse between the 2 countries at will? Preposterous. Well, that's what I came here to investigate. I heard that this is where the witness claimed to have seen the Atagasu. That's correct. Ambassador Abala was supposed to give a speech tonight here in Alabas. And that's when the Atagasu appeared. The shadow of the mysterious thief appeared, and just as suddenly it vanished. After that, there was fire in Valley Ash Embassy that the Atagasu started. I vow that not a single feather from the Atagasu shall escape my diligence. First things first. Yes. Tonight, in this very rose garden, Alabastion and Ballaster, Acuus Abala was to give a commemorative speech. A very key commemorative speech at that. And including Agent Lang, the security detail was very tight. But as to mock our efforts, the Atagasu appeared. And just like that, then the thief vanishes and starts a fire at the Abalashi embassy. Interesting. And are you sure that it was the Atagasu who appeared? Of course. But have slipped by such tight security and then disappeared in thin air. We'll need to conduct a thorough investigation of this area. Yes, my thoughts exactly. In order to find out the truth about what happened here, I should start by gathering as much info as I can. I think this is where we have to go with Francesca. Miss Von Karma, what do you think of this piece of evidence? Well, since you asked so nicely as my subordinate, I'll answer you. However, as your superior, I also must make sure that my subordinates go on the job. Therefore, please gather your own thoughts together first, and then try presenting again. A simple "I don't have any thoughts about that" would have sufficed. Wow, she doesn't have anything about Miss Yu's perfume? A statue of a woman. I wonder if the lady is pouring water. It says that it is a statue of the queen who spoke of the love to King Mix. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it seems that you're lousy at reading a woman's heart. I opened my mouth about a statue and she somehow made the leap to that. There's an overturned spotlight here. When the Atagasu appeared, the audience that was waiting for the speech started panicking. I suppose that's when someone must have knocked it over. Having a tough time visualizing the mathematician that took place here. As though I used my whip to capture the Atagasu. However, there were people in my way and I was unable to land even a single lash. I suppose that means some other poor staff were hit instead. Okay. The statue bears a resemblance to the Promux statue. The plaque says King Promux in the battlefield. In order to save the queen, Promux put his life on the line and went to war. The Promux is actually a person of royal blood. I thought he was simply someone imitating a character from an ancient legend. Well, that surprises me that a real person who looks like the Steel Samurai existed. I suppose there's that too. There's roses scattered on the surface of the water, creating a pleasant fragrance. It's not just for aesthetics. This pool of water is also used to putting out fires. I see. Oh. This pool stops filling itself automatically. The fountain spouts are set to stay open until the pool's water reaches a certain level. If this water was used to put out fires, I suppose it must be refilled to its normal level. which suggests that this pool was recently used somehow in this emissary. I wonder why, Edgeworth. I wonder why. It's a goddamn mystery, isn't it? I guess I'll take some notes about it just in case. I wonder why it was used recently. I wonder why. It's a goddamn mystery. What the hell? How dare you surprise me like that? I'm sorry. Oh, hey, Edgy. Thanks for that. Thanks for what you did back there. Your gratitude alone is enough. More importantly, Larry, this pool is not for your personal enjoyment. I know that! Do you really think that I'm the type to just jump in a pool and swim around for fun? He's absolutely the type of person who would. Although, alright then, did you by chance fall into the pool? Nice guess, but no dice. So you know my son, right, Edgy? Son? Oh! It's Steel Samurai family. Your son? I guess I kind of lost sight of him when I should have Kansas the ambassador. I'm pretty sure he was around here when I last saw him. You imbecile! How can you be so flippant at a time like this? What are you going to do if your son fell into the pool? And how old is this child of yours anyways? How old is he again? Larry, this is the first time I've heard of a son. Who exactly is the mother? The mother? Oh, that chick. The pink princess. Did no one else figure it out, like, right away like I did? The pink princess? Miss Von Karma? I was a bit confused by this man's words for a bit there. However, I believe that he's looking for the doll of the Iron Infant. Yup, because I'm the Steel Samurai and Sir, heart and soul. I did a great thing of throwing that autograph away. And the Iron Infant is my cute little son. You have given a whole new meaning to the phrase, an astounding fool. Larry, we have not seen hide or hair of the Iron Infant, but rest assured that if we find him, we'll let you know. Now get out of there. Sounds good. In that case, I'll go search over there. Hey, wait! Well, it's not as if you'll get very far swimming around that pool. And though he's unrelated to the murders, he sure knows how to cause a lot of trouble. Well, I should go up. I suppose Ambassador Abala sat in his chair. Ambassador Abala is very elderly. The chair was prepared for him to sit, should he have gotten tired during his speech. In that case, why didn't he plan to make his speech sitting down in the first place? The ambassador is also quite prideful, that's why. Sounds like my old principal from grade school who'd speak out of assemblies. Oh, damn it, we can't go on the stage. So this is where Ambassador Abelado give his speech. The stage was set up nicely, however, where's the audience supposed to sit? Perhaps they were supposed to sit around the edge of the pool. That's such poor planning. If there was no place other than a spot or two by the pool. They really should have made seating arrangements like how the gallery is set up in courts. Indeed, consideration for the viewers was taken with those. So in the end, the speaker and his audience were supposed to stand the whole time, huh? Yes, although I suspect the audience would have liked to sit down after a while. Well, I don't see what else we can investigate, so guess we gotta talk to Lang. Yay! Have you finished checking out all the bystanders? Yes, sir! And we found 14 counts of pickpocketing, 16 counts of illegal parking, and one person ran a light, sir. God damn it, that is like 20 more lists of crimes. That is 20 more crimes to be added to the list of things that happened tonight. Don't tell me you didn't find anything related. Don't tell me you didn't find anything related to the case. Sir, not a single thing, sir. Well, for now, let's just get those lawbreakers down to the pre-nets. Agent Lang. Well, if it isn't Mr. Prosecutor. How you doing? I would just like to thank you for your assistance earlier. Make no mistake, it's not like I was trying to help you with what I did. After I left, did you receive word from Ambassador Abelia? We were to wrap up our bodyguard assignment at the end of the day. Oddly enough, we received word from HQ to return home on an urgent matter. If I can be so easily called away from this case after I've come this far, I swear that I'll find the truth and drag it out screaming into the light. You're with me on that, right, Mr. Prosecutor? Yep. We don't need to worry about it. Agent Lang, I'd like to ask your opinion on this piece of evidence. Are you joking? You're asking for my opinion? Our mutual goal is to search for the truth. In which case, wouldn't cooperation be best? Lang Shi says, only cooperate with those who you can trust. Sorry, but I'm not one to place my trust in you, prosecutor scum, so easily. I'll take that as a no. Lang Shi says, inevitably, all who have evil in their hearts find themselves in hell. But we haven't found the whole piece of truth yet. I have come so far to go home before I see it all with my own 2 eyes. In that case, our goals are the same. Shouldn't we be cooperating with each other? We're on 2 different pages, you and I. And I don't trust any living thing that calls itself a prosecutor. Got it? It's covered in blood. Agent of Interpol's, everyone. Sight of blood brings my wild out my wild. What about you? Any special reaction to blood? No, not especially. This is why all you prosecutors are all worthless. How does that have any bearing on how good or bad a prosecutor someone is? Agent Lang, about this piece of evidence that thinks I have. Excuse me? Like all of us, I got a good sense of smell. And there's one nasty funk coming from that document. That smell of dirty scoundrel greed. I wouldn't mind having his sense of smell if it helps in investigations as much. Agent Lang, I'd like for you to take a look at this piece of evidence. If we follow the trail that this piece leads us down, we'll eventually get to the truth. In that case, then why don't we cooperate and help one another? No can do. She's like, this is a great piece of evidence, and it will help us, and we will get to the truth. Then why don't we help each other? Nope. Wait, no. Fuck, I hit the wrong button. Then why don't we help each other out? Not a chance. I can't just trust someone working as a prosecutor that easily. How long did it take you to trust Francesca over there? She's a prosecutor as well. in fact, I've been a prosecutor longer than she is. Agent Lang, I would like you to take a look at this piece of evidence. We follow a trail and eventually shoots the truth. No can do. Agent Lang, what do you think about this piece of evidence? He may be the second, but he's just a pen imitating someone else. Just look at what happened to him, all because he was out for the national treasure. Ling Chi says, one should always know when's place in life. I guess Ling Chi had a lot of things in life and a whole lot of mundane topics as well. Alright, it's got literally nothing for us. Alright. You were working as Ambassador Alaba's bodyguard at the time. So naturally, you witnessed when the Yatagasa appeared, correct? Yeah, so Steve, alright. My own 2S. Huh? Yeah. The Yatagasa is always there, lurking in the shadows. When the spotlights were turned for Ambassador Abala's speech, a shadow appeared. That's when the cry, "It's the Yatsugatsu!" rang in. Next second, the spotlight went out. And by that time, we got the area lit again. The death seat had vanished. And when we investigated afterwards, we found out the reason the lights went out. It's because someone had unplugged the extension plug from all outdoor electronics. Whether it was someone doing it on purpose, or simply a guest who had tripped over and we didn't know. We don't know. But one thing's for certain. The Yatagasa was here. So you're saying that basically all because you saw the sea silhouette. If all you saw was a shadow, then it's entirely possible the shadow belongs to someone else. Ha! Good thinking, sis. You just might be right. If it weren't the fact that there was no one else with that same shape, not among the staff or the audience member. And perhaps maybe thinking that they saw the lantern. My men have already done a thorough check of everyone, so I know I'm right. Someone else's shadow. That sounds like a plausible hypothesis. The sudden appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yatagata. I believe I figured its true origin. I expected nothing less from my subordinate. Now let's hear what you know about on the subject. What really passed in the shadow of the Yatagata? Was it the statue? Gotta be one of the statues. But I just don't know which one. Wait, I think it's this statue. The sudden appearing and disappearing of the shadow of Gatsby. It's not possible if it was just created. Is it not possible it was just created by the statue? Are you playing me for a fool, Miles Edgeworth? This statue bears absolutely no resemblance to the shadow of the Gatsby. You are correct. However, the statue is but one part of the whole picture. What do you mean by only one part? What's the other part from the real statue? Wait, hold on. Is it both statues? I'm mistaken. It wasn't just one statue. It was both statues. It's another statue. The Gatsby shadow was made from the shadows of these two statues. Made? What do you mean by that? Right now, the spotlights are all over the place. This is because they were moved in the guests when the guests were in a panic state. However, if you were to restore the lights to where they were when these appeared, you'd believe that the two shadows will create the Gatsby shadow. Precisely. Now then, watch as I reveal the true form of the Gatsby. First, if you set up the spotlight to cast a shadow on the King of Prankstons and Battlefield, the shadow of the statue would appear on the backdrop of the stage. Likewise, if you set a light up on the Queen who spoke of the log to the King of Prankstons, her silhouette would also appear on the backdrop of the stage. Ah, so if we were to combine the two shadows, it looks nothing like the Gatsby shadow. Miles Edgeworth, how do you explain this grotesque thing? Calm down, Francesca. The way the lighting needs to be is shown on the Queen statue is wrong. What do you mean by that? I believe the whole of the King's shadow needs to be used for this work. However, in the case of the Queen, I don't believe her whole shadow is needed. Rather, the person who created the shadow only used one part of her shadow. Only one part. Yes, and that part alone would be enough to fill in the rest of the Gatsby shadow. Why didn't you say so in the first place? You're right. I apologize. It'd be her hand, right? Yeah. It'd be the hand. Because here's your 4 fingers, and then here's your hand. The hand. So yeah, it's the fucking hand. Boom! Take that. Think back to what was missing in our shadow. 5 longest in areas, correct? Now what does that remind you of? Ah! That's right. It can only be the shadow of the Queen's left hand. Francesca, can we please adjust the spotlight's position so that it only shines on the Queen's left hand? Alright, let's give that a try and see what we get. Yeah, exactly the shadow I saw. Hell yeah. The culprit must have changed the spotlight's position beforehand. And then pulled the plug after the people saw what the culprit wanted them to see. In their panic, the guests must have moved the spotlights around, which we can assume as a part of the culprit's plan. But at the time the light came back on, the Gatsby shadow had vanished. Which means the shadow was constructed from the very beginning. So you see, the Gatsby never did visit Alabama. The only country that he was visited was Balia, although it can be assumed that the Gatsby had an accomplice in Alabama. Accomplice? But who? I haven't figured that out yet. But I assume it was the person who set up the shadow show. I sense that the biggest clue is yet solving this case is the existence of this accomplice. Nailed it! How's the investigation going? Detective Ed, have you come Have you come to join us in investigating the Yatagatu? I've left the murder and Agent Link in charge. My only target from the very beginning, the Yatagatu. So yes. So, what have you found out? I got a piece of evidence. May I see it? Sure, but you might regret it. We're here because we are ready to face whatever may come. So if you please. People heard the commotion. Bystanders started gathering. And one woman claimed, I'm telling you, I'm a genuine international journalist. That could only be Lana, right? She gave me an interesting picture. A journalist. Well, actually, she's a freelance. Him. Yep, definitely Lana. This is the photo I got. What in the world? The Yatagatu is flying through the air. The times, they are changing. There's gotta be some trick to it. Where are the strings? Francesca, you should know more about this when you were in charge of Tournament Big Top. How many of the episodes am I going to reference? Oh my god. It's not just the man, but evidence. Even if they lied to us now. When was this photo taken? Apparently right after the fires. On the 4th and 5th floors were put out. It was taken from a nearby building that you can see the emissary from. I see. So this was taken after the fire. Blurs in this picture. Took off from the Balash's emissary. Flew over the boundary. Headed for the emissary of Balabas. Objection! This is simply not possible! People aren't incapable of flight! Is that a fact? I had the pleasure of dealing with a case involving a flying person once. So did Francesca! Oh, by the way, and Edgeworth is referring to the breach the turnabout, which they were not flying, they were dead, and they were on a rope. And Larry just threw it upside down. Actually, come to think of it, I've came across a case like that as well. 2, actually. 2, because like I know. I mean, Francesca had a part of Bridge to the Turnabout. But yeah, Francesca had, because for Francesca, it would be Turnabout Big Top. And then what's her second one actually then? Maybe it happens more often than we think. My episode task is helping a mystery behind this photograph while the Asagasu took off from the Battleship emissary, so we should start from there. Francesca, I need to return to the Ballas investigation for a bit. Alright. I'll continue investigating on this side of the building. Alright, I'm kind of going to. Welcome back, Mr. Edgeworth! Now come on, let's get back to our investigation. Yes, let's. Secretary's office. Listening, after all that running around, we're right back where we started. It appeared that way. Hi, Mr. Edgeworth. Have you found Manny's killer yet? I'm terribly sorry, Ambassador Pablo Nero, but I have yet to find his killer. And I guess his murder was really work of the Yatagatu. Let's get one thing straight. It was the work of the fake Yatagatu. The real Yatagatu is a noble vigilante who's only out to steal the truth. Miss Faraday, please don't make such a sad. If there's anything I can do for you, all you have to do is ask, alright? Mr. Pabanero? Actually, there is one thing you can do. Will you allow us to take another look around? We didn't have enough time to conduct this thorough investigation earlier. Oh, sure, please feel free to investigate to your heart's content. Also, there's a few questions I would like to ask you personally, Ambassador. If it'll bring a smile back to Miss Faraday's face, then I'll gladly answer anything. Thank you, Mr. Pabanero. You're a total gentleman. Ha ha ha. You don't have to waste such nice words on me, little miss. Hey, Sir Pabanero. Those two sure got shit on me relatively quick. You know, it's easy to say that we're going to investigate, but where should we begin? We should probably start by comparing the statues of the state of this room before and after the fire. Then we should look into the matter of the suspicious person we spotted. Yeah, then when I came into this room, that person was already gone. But I'm willing to bet that person was I was chasing Mr. Coachman's killer. We don't know that yet. However, it's hard to believe that the person is unrelated. Furthermore, because the key of the Gasagaster stolen 7 years ago was found here. It signals that Miss Yu is also somehow involved. I knew it! That woman's almost definitely Mr. Coachman's killer. Yes, again, we do not know that. There's too many mysteries to be solved in this case. Speaking of the Gasagaster and Mr. I received the most mysterious photo from Mr. Bad. Uncle Bad? He's taking part in the investigation too? Yes, he has been chasing after the Gasagaster all these years. Uncle Bad. Now then, I was told that this photo was taken just after the fires. What? What kind of looks like this person? This kind of looks like the person in the long coat I was chasing. Does this mean I was chasing the fake Gasagaster all along? I don't know the answer to your question, but I don't think people can fly either. But this could be how the person escaped. Well, we need to investigate a bit more before we can say anything about that. In any case, let's not dawdle anymore. Investigation. Pick up our investigation where we left off. You can see the embellishing emissaries through this window. So where were you when you were investigating over there, Mr. Edgeworth? As you can see from here, I was on the 5th floor. That's where the Master 2 was killed. What? You don't mean the Masquerade 2? Oh, poor guy. As a fellow second-generation thief, I can't just turn a blind eye to this. Even though Masquerade 2 was merely an imposter of the original. It appears that this area was heavily damaged in the fire. Yeah, I guess we should hurry up and get started examining everything. I won't rest until I expected every suspicious looking cranny. So I guess the emissary phones are just like normal phones, huh? Well, what did you imagine it would look like? I thought that the Valish would look like a flower and would receive a butterfly. The receiver would be a butterfly. That way the butterfly receiver was sucking the nectar from the flower base. If any country had a flower phone, it would be Alabasta, don't you think? Oh, then maybe the phone I envisioned would have been from when they were Quelia. There's really no point in asking me about something that never existed in the first place. You know what you like, Mr. Edgeworth? Curiosity and imagination. There's only one book left in Treasures of the World. Wait, what? Let me see that! Uh-huh. You see, the most important part was blackened by the fire. Why? Cruel fate? Why? Looks like the map of the treasures are located has been burnt. It's a bottle ballast used ink on Mr. Coachman's desk. Looks like there's still a lot of ink left inside. The seal's unbroken, so the fire probably couldn't get into the bottle to burn up the ink. Hey, Mr. Papanero, looks like your precious Balinese ink is all right after all. What? That's odd. Ambassador, what do you mean by that? Well, that's just something strange about the ink. Would you mind elaborating on that statement for me, please? It looks like a bunch of flyers with a coupon attached to them. Probably sure gives away. Hey, it's lots of different coupons. Maybe I should create one of my own. I should call it the Great Thief Coupon. And what kind of discount would that net you? 5 finger kind. What else? I'd steal an extra thing or two for the bearer. Things such as the truth. What else would I steal? What I wouldn't to give have a mountain of your. I wouldn't give to have a mountain of your coupons right about now. Looks like a bunch of okay. It would appear that this dust also fell victim to the fire, but it doesn't look too damaged. Oh, I think we can rifle through this drawer a bit. I suppose if we really should take a look. This is an unusual shape for a notepad. I suppose it must be another souvenir from somewhere. Can I examine the chair before we do that? It looks like a very uncomfortable chair. Well, it doesn't look like it's broken, so why don't you try sitting in it? No, I'd better not. It's very important that we preserve the crime scene at all times. Wait, but aren't you always touching all sorts of things at crime scenes? That's because I'm a prosecutor, and it's part of my job to examine things. And it's my job to be a great thief, which is exactly why you're not allowed to touch anything. Next, any piece of evidence I hold. Eureka! The shape of this notepad matches this of the note we found. Hey, you're right! What is it? It looks like something straight out of Monument Valley. Ah, yes, that notepad is a souvenir from somewhere in your country. We have been collecting them for the purpose of studying them, you see. Yes, I do. You seem to be quite passionate about it. Oh, would you like to see my souvenir collection? I'd love to show it to you. Are you sure they haven't burned up to a crisp by the fires? Ambassador Palbanero, I wonder if you might recognize the handwriting on this note. It looks like Manny's handwriting. I see. In that case. Ooh, did you figure something out? This note was found in Alabama. Especially, it was found firmly grasped by the murderer of Masquerade 2. Masquerade 2? Then this note. Yes, it was a request from Mr. Cushman for de Masquerade 2 to steal the pumic statue. What? Manny tried to steal Alabas's permanent duck statue? We would know for sure if we could run a handwriting analysis. Ambassador, do you have any documents that were handwritten by Mr. Cushman? Yes, I can gather a few and give them to you. I'll have to ask Detective Gumshoe later to run the analysis. I can't believe that Manny would even think of doing something like this. Do you have any idea as to why he would request the thief of the statue? There's one possibility, mind you. It's just my personal speculation. Anything you can tell me would be of great help, Ambassador. Okay, just making sure. Okay. Palbanera. Now then, Ambassador, I'd like to ask you about the movements before the fire broke out. Before the fire. Which fire are you talking about? Which one? There was more than one tonight? Huh? Oh, I see. I guess you didn't hear about it. We had 2 fires here at the Balleston Embassy tonight. What a bother it was. All of it was. Wait, but the only fire we know about is the one that after the Jamming Ninja show. Oh, well, the first occurred at the start of the German Ninja show. Luckily, only the fourth and fifth floors of our ambassador East caught on fire. Not wanting to cause a panic among the theater goers, we decided to keep it internal. Then the fire after the German Ninja show was the second one of the night. Exactly. So the fire I witnessed was the second one. Come to think of it, didn't Detective Bad make a reference to the first fire? When was this photo taken? Apparently right after the fires on the fourth and fifth floors were put out. I suppose this means that the photo was taken just after the first fire was put out. So then what was the extent of damage in the second fire? The second fire was contained to this floor, the third floor. I think it was leftover embers from the fires and from the floor above it that caused it. That's how I should put that. A very bad stroke of luck. My office on the fifth floor, Manny's office here, and Manny himself, all gone in a blink of an eye. I feel so sorry for you, Mr. Pabanero. Oops, look at me going on now. No, what was it you wanted to ask again? Actually, a couple things. We were discussing your actions and whereabouts for today were. And if you happen to know what Mr. Cushman's actions and whereabouts were as well. Yes, very well. Let's see. I didn't quite any all day from morning till now. First, I woke up and then I brushed my teeth. After that, I had a roll for breakfast. Okay, anything just relating to, like, you know. Fascinating, but how about if you just skip to the relevant parts for me? Oh, you would like a condensed version? Alright, I can do that for you. Morning activities, afternoon activities. I love it. So what did Mr. Cushman and you do this morning? Well, originally we were supposed to meet and shake hands with the German Ninja, but Manny and I wanted to turn it into a photo op, so we were here tidying up his office. You've helped clean Mr. Cushman's office. Why were you not cleaning your own? Oh, I think I forgot to mention this, but my office is currently undergoing renovations. Which is why both the permanent statue and the brownish knives are set down here. I see. Oh, but the tidying didn't take much, really. We just burned some files we were no longer needing and expired coupons in the fireplace. I bet cleaning the fireplace must have been a real pain, though, huh? Ah, about that. I kind of forgot to clean the ashes out. Ha 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 ha. I guess I'm not a creep without Manny here to get angry with me. An ambassador like yourself has been on the receiving end of a secretary's anger. Oh, he was very good at being mad. But even it was just this morning when he got mad at me. I spilled some balayage ink onto the back of the wall when I was burning in the files, you see. And he got mad at me, saying that I should have treated the ink with more respect. Apparently orders go up from the chain of command around here. That's about it for what we were doing this morning. Just some cleaning. Don't tell me you had no other work to do, being an ambassador and all. Now then, if you could tell me what you and Mr. Cushman did this afternoon. Well, Manny and I went down together to the Siestrum Neutralis. We had to be there for the start of the Steel Samurai Stage Patrol. As the throw started, I went back to my office on the 5th floor alone. So they were together until the start of the Steel Samurai show. A little while later, I had to straighten myself up a bit, and I returned to the theater because I wanted to take part in the photo op on stage at the end of the show. There was a commemorative photo op at the end. It was a fantastic photo of the three of us. Ambassador Abala, the Steel Samurai, and myself. After the photo shoot, I went back to my office on the fifth floor to prepare for my handshake photo op with the German ninja. He seems to be rather overworked for an ambassador. When I got to my office, that's when the first fire broke out, and I escaped down the stairs. My office was completely destroyed, but thankfully no one was hurt. I admit I ran away from the first fire as fast as my legs could carry me, but during the second one, I pitched in and helped the emissary put it out. So you didn't see Mr. Coachman after the start of the Steel Samurai show. Yes, that's right. The next time I saw him, he was lying there in the eternal sleep. I see. Master Pablonero, I thank you very much for your help. I'm sorry I couldn't be of more of assistance, Mr. Edgeworth. If there's anything else, please don't hesitate to ask, alright? I wonder if you might tell me what you noticed about Mr. Coachman's bottle of ink. I just thought it was right. I thought of it right now, but during the second fire, Manny was worried about his office, so he came rushing back to it. I called out to him, and when I received no reply, I used my spare key to open the door. But when I did, I was greeted by a roaring green flame. The flames were so big that I wasn't able to see into the room at all. The fire was green. What was the cause? Well, the white crystal oil burns green when lit, as you can see by this lantern. And polished ink is made from the same oil, which means it would also burn green. You know, I can't thought that Manny's ink had caught on fire. So that's why I was surprised to find that there was still a bottle of ink left on his desk. The case of perplexing green flames. Talk about mystery. What exactly is that? What exactly was got caught on fire in here? I believe that you said that you might have an idea as to why Mr. Cushman hired the masquerade too. Actually, I fear it may be my fault. As I was telling you earlier, you were to determine which statue was the real one as part of today's event. Because of the Yatagata and the fire here, that got cancelled, didn't it? Ha ha ha! I'm actually revealed that the rest of the event has been cancelled. For you see, Balia's statue, well, it was just a replica. And did Mr. Coachman know about the Balia's Premium Dexium statue? Of course he knew. That's why he was the only person I could consult with. He had to do something once our statue was revealed as a replica. To be expected, I was very nervous today, as it was just why our country would impact our country's authority. Yes, I understand. Well, then I told Manny my concerns, and he said, "Let me handle it. It'll be all right. I'll find a way to make sure you're the ambassador of the reunited Caphalia." At that time, I thought he was just trying to cheer me up. When I saw that note, I realized he was serious. Mr. Coachman conducted a lot of business behind your back. I assume he did all that to ensure that you were the next Caphailian ambassador. But why would he try so hard, I wonder? Was he so much better at getting things done than I ever was or will be? I don't know the answer to why he was trying so hard yet. Actually, I think I know. Shut up, puppet! But I suspect he had an interior motive in mind beyond the simple kindness. Oh, here you are, Mr. Edgeworth. Detective Gumshoe, have you collected the information that I have requested? Yep, got it all right here, sir. Here you go, Kay. Kay, feel free to take a look. It's for you, after all. What's all this, Gummy? It's all the information on this room that I got from the emissary and Interpol people. Now we know exactly how this room was before and after the fire. Good work, detective. Aw, it's nothing, sir. I'm an expert at getting people to talk. Wow, you two remind me so much of my father and Uncle Bad. What do you mean? As a prosecutor and detective, your dynamic is like theirs back in the day. Well, don't you worry. I'm gonna find my own wonderful partner someday. And when I do, I'm gonna become a good gasser like my father, right? Please don't ask me questions which I have no answers to, Kay. However, I can say that it's truly a wonderful thing to find a partner you can trust. Heh, you bet! So what now, Mr. Edgeworth? Well, I'd like you to ask you to do a favor. Yes! That gadget, Mr. Thief, is it that thing you call your secret weapon? Oh, give me a little tease. Heh, you're coming to rely on it, aren't you? I don't need a crutch like that. I'm only asking because I need it for the investigation. From the information Detective Gumshoe gathered and the ambassador's testimony, I'd like you to please recreate this room as it was during the third floor fire. You got it. Alright, here we go. Dark sky of the evening, when no other bird dares to take wing, one alone remains all-seeing. Now witness the true power of the real modern-day Robin Hood. It seems there's other things besides that ambassadors mentioned had changed. It's possible that we might find the escape route the person Kay saw used this as well. Ooh, what is this? This is some sort of light show I was not told about. This is the power of the true vigilante. It's a recreating of the room with the info I've inputted. Really, that's certainly one interesting advice you have there, Miss Faraday. I believe it's about time we return to our investigation. There must have been a large green flame. These must have been the large green flames Ambassador Palpinaro saw. With flames like these, there's no wonder he couldn't get in. Okay, by the time he came into this room, the fire has already been put out. Yeah, the fire died out or something like that by that time. Then this fire is only here to burn from the time the fire started on the third floor. Until the gasser appeared because a third body, I suppose. I guess Mr. Palpinaro was just lucky enough to run into this fire as it was burning, huh? That means hit the button to save. There we go. Yes, you can put it that way. And since you were first to discover the body, you can assume that no one else entered the room until that time. No one other than the person you were chasing, of course. I knew it! That person I saw is definitely up to no good. That means the person could have been Mr. Cushman's killer. That's very likely to be the case. After all, the person came into this room before you. And I must have chosen this room precisely because they knew that no one else would be here. Okay, so maybe the green fire was where it was to prevent anyone from coming in. But then, what did the person set on fire to make the green flames? Well, whatever that person burned, it made a rather sizable fire. And since the fire is green, well, we have seen something that burns green, right? It's a bit tinier than these flames, but I get what you mean. Yes, I do believe that what you're thinking is exactly why these flames are green. Which fire-related piece of energy looks the same color? The silhouette lantern. Its green flames comes from the white crystal oils it's burning. Yeah, that's the fire I was thinking of too. I love the green it gives off. I think we now established that the green flames were caused by a white crystal oil. Furthermore, we know that there's only one other thing made from white crystal oil. Oh, you mean that the thing that Mr. Palpinaro was thinking about, right? Yes, precisely. As we found it out earlier in our investigation. What? I don't get it. Can you fill me in, sir? Fine, I suppose. I'll explain. I'll explain it in a way that even you can understand. This is the thing that white crystal oil is mistaken about. Balayage ink is made from white crystal oil. Oh, so it should burn the same color as the flames in the lanterns, right? Yes, precisely. However, the green flames in this room were not from a bottle of Balinese ink. Because we found the ink of Mr. Cushman used on his desk, right? Yes, however, we know that Mr. Cushman was smuggling the ink in quite massive quantities. Now, do you suppose that... No, what do you suppose he made using all that ink? I believe what he made with this ink is the answer to what gave birth to the green flame. Oh yeah, I'm beginning to really feel the energy coming from you, Mr. Edgeworth. It appears that I finally found it. The smuggling real goal. Made up of ink. This is the source of the green flame. Counterfeit bills. It would. What would consume great volume of ink to make? That would be the counterfeit bills that were the smuggling ring made and circling in Singfa. You're kidding! You're saying that was Mr. Cushman who made the counterfeit bills? I am. I believe you could even go as far to say as he stole the Valias printing press. Ambassador Cushman had permission to freely use the printing press, correct? Why, yes, and I do remember seeing him using it in the middle of the night. But never did I think he was using it for such foul deeds. Ambassador, because of your secretary's crimes, you will be investigated, need to be investigated as well. Yes, I suppose so. We have caused a bit of trouble for a few countries, haven't we? It's my duty to search out all who shielded Mr. Cushman and concealed his crime. For they are the ones who started the fire in order to destroy the evidence. This grandfather clock, it's apparently in a different position before the fire. According to staff members, the clock was flourished against the wall before the fire, sir. Which means that most likely it was moved by someone during the fire. Speaking of which, isn't it totally 11 o'clock now? But I don't hear any chiming. Oh, that's odd. It was still chiming right on the dot every hour this morning. Maybe the fire damaged its internal mechanisms or something. Ambassador Pablanero, maybe take a look inside that clock. Sure, go right on ahead. Detective Gumshoe, if you could please inspect the insides of this clock. Yes, sir! I'm on it! Mr. Edgeworth, I found this inside, sir. It looks like a length of wire. So this is what caused the clock to stop shining. But what's a long length of wire doing inside this clock in the first place? Why would someone do this to such a valuable clock? It sounds like it wasn't Mr. Pablanero who put the wire in there. And perhaps it was Mr. Cushman's killer who did it. It looks like one of the balayage knives was already missing before the fire began. So it would seem, especially since the other two knives handles were burned away. The remaining handles was swapped out with the handle with the real murder weapon. The Balayage national treasure was stolen. Poor Balayage, don't you think? I'm not sure it would lump the replica statue with the rest of Balayage's wolves. Balayage is really into pushing the tourist industry, huh? Yeah, it would appear that way. You know, I'd really love to take a trip. Hey, why don't we take one after this case? Don't you already have a destination in mind? Well, ideally, I'd like to go somewhere where I continue my ceasing training. Well, if you want to learn the fine arts itself, perhaps you should visit the studio where they make the German Ninja TV show. Hey, that's actually a really great idea, Mr. Edgeworth. I can't believe she's took me seriously. A fireplace, huh? The Bellius office has them too. Two. There's a fireplace there relatively in the same location in the embellishing office. However, we found something there I'd rather not recall ever again. I still can't believe that we found that hidden shirt under that undershirt in the fireplace. That was traumatizing. Why didn't you create something new memories as this fireplace? No thanks, Kay. Not today. Maybe some other time. You can climb inside and we can play hide and seek. You take me for a child. I'm older than you. Remember that, Kay? And come covered in such? I think not. Ah! You really had no sense of fun, Mr. Edgeworth. You can see the embassies through this window. I wonder if Agent Link looks through the other window. It's like, a toy again. So where were you when you were investigating over there, Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, I can see it right here. I was on the 5th floor. That's where Mr. Master 2 was killed. What? You don't mean dumb Master 2? Oh, poor guy. As a fellow second generation thief, I can't just turn a blind eye into this, even though Master 2 was merely a poster of the original. That looks like a very comfortable chair. Well, it doesn't look like it was broken, so why didn't you try stinging it? No, I'd better not. It's very important that we preserve the crime scene at all times. Wait, but you're always touching all sorts of crime scenes because I'm a prosecutor and it's part of my job to examine things. And it's my job to be a great thief, which is why exactly you're not allowed to touch anything. It's the charred remains of the ceiling fan. Oh, I've seen a few of these before. It's been around and around and play music. I believe you're thinking of a musical mobile for babies. Yeah, that's it. But they're nothing alike. They're totally alike. They spin those babies right round like a record. Right round, right like a record, baby. Right round, round, round. I see. I guess how you can. I guess I see how you can. You might think of that. We actually haven't spoken to Kay. Yes. Objects. The bubble. I have inputted all the info we got from Gummy and Ambassador Pabanero. With this recreation, you should be able to tell what changed because of the fire. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth, let's try investigating this room one more time. Yes, let's. In order to find out what's really happened in this room, we'll need to gather more information from this room and take another look. It looks like it was quite a fire, huh? Yes, it appears that the flames were spread fairly quickly to some of the other rooms as well. Yeah, but thanks to Gummy's info, I was able to recreate this room. Plus, the burnt stuff was still on ground. So you can still check the room after the fire. You can probably obtain some of the information by comparing the differences. Yes, that's what I'll do, and any new information will flip my logic. Detective, you took a part of the initial Balayaz investigation. Yep, sure did. I also have to put up most fires, sir. That first fire took me by surprise. I had a tough time escaping the 5th floor. I first tried the elevator, but I guess someone else had already the same idea. If I hadn't remembered to use the stairs at that point, I'd have been burned to a crisp. Wait, that's odd. We always warn our staff that in case of a fire, it's dangerous to use the elevator. Oh. And maybe someone wrote in it in a bit of panic. Detective, did you see the Yasugatsu that came into the village emissary at all? I didn't personally. And the other staff members told me they never got a good look at the person either, sir. I wonder if you could tell me a bit more what you discovered, Detective. The second fire broke out around the time the Yasugatsu was spotted in Alabama. That's also when the suspicious person was spotted in Bali House, which caused some panic. So no one was able to get a good look at the Yasugatsu that entered Bali House. Yeah, all they saw was a mysterious person wearing a long coat. But that's not enough to make a positive ID, you know? Still, it was enough to make the people who received the call card panic even more. In a long coat. Sounds exactly like the person I saw. The Yasugatsu that appeared in Alabama was proven to be just a fabrication, a shadow. In light of that fact, the Yasugatsu had appeared in Balias as also suspect. You can't be serious. Not when we're this close to capturing the fake. I mean, Celestial you. The Yasugatsu appeared, caused mass confusion, killed Mr. Coachman, then disappeared. By the way, Detective, why didn't you chase after the Yasugatsu? I did, but, well, this emissary is huge, sir. I got separated from the other staff members I was with and was lost for there a while. You didn't even memorize the layout of the building you were guarding, Detective? Yeek! I'll be sure to do that from now on, sir. But hey, you know, it's thanks to me being lost that I was able to get on this case rescue. Oh, is that a fact? Yeah, it's when I was lost and wandering the third floor hallway, sir. When I heard a scream, I headed towards it right away. Oh, that's probably from when I found Mr. Christmas' body. Yeah, I saw it sounded like her too, so I got real worried and ran as fast as I could. And that's thanks to Gummy and Miss Gina wasn't able to take me away. He covered it for me until you got here, Mr. Edgeworth. No, I see. So he can be useful once in a blue moon. Still, took about Agent Gina. Too bad Agent Gina got here before I did. I wonder where Agent Gina was before you found her here. Well, just before I got to this room, I saw her coming out of the room next door. Agent Gina mentioned something about chasing the Yasugatsu herself earlier. Well, she apparently helped out putting the first fire. And during the second fire, I heard she was busy chasing the Yasugatsu. She seems to be a very dedicated agent. You would do well to learn from her. Why are you pointing at me when you say that, sir? We examined everything in this office, but there's one thing that still bothers me. Perhaps I should ask Pastor Paladin about it. Master Paladin, there's something I'd like to ask you about. Yes? About this office, it appears to me that to be very similar to the Ambassador Alaba's office. For example, the location of the fireplace and the position of the grandfather clock. Ah, that's right. You also paid the Princess Abolition inside of the emissary. Our two emissaries actually used to be one. Yes, I know. Even the pamphlet mentioned that. Which is why the building is biliteral symmetrical. So no matter which room, the location of the fireplace are exactly the same. Even where the art's located, the same. My room is currently under renovation. We worked out hard to make Manny's room just look like the ambassador's room. You mean for your handshake photo op with Jam Ninja? Yes, that's right. I mean, what's a photo like that where it's not taken in the ambassador's office, right? Yet another odd expression of the abilities and successfully comes to the spirit itself, as I take it. Thank you, ambassador. That's the piece of information is all I needed to connect the dots. Connect the dots? Well, anyways, I'm glad I was able to with some help. So that means I have some logic to connect. has to be with something. Maybe it's the... This has to be something. About the embellished and embellishing sides of the building are symmetrical to each other. As we know it to be a fact, when this room's fireplace may have also had a secret passageway. A secret passageway? An Elizabeth's fireplace turns out to have a revolving back wall. A revolving wall? Sounds like something out of a ninja's house. Wow, there was a trick to that built into the fireplace, sir? What? This emissary holds that kind of secret? There seems to be a lot about this room you don't know about, Ambassador. I guess it's time to pay the bill. To pay the bills for letting Manny do so much of the work for me. Please, I really want to know about the real Manny and what you know about this room. What are you waiting for, Mr. Edgeworth? Let's get to the bottom of this. Agreed. And for my first thought, it's likely the killer used a revolving fireplace. It looks like there's another fireplace, though, doesn't it? How would you know how to turn it again? In Alabasta, I had to push where the axe was on the farthest wall of the place. Oh, I see it back under there. Let's see what happens when I push it. Ah! You scared me, sir. There's something about this fireplace that lies a contradiction in the fact. Huh? But we found an X where you saw that there would be one, right? We did, but that's not what I'm referring to. Something is missing from this. What does this contradiction mean for us? I won't rest until I express every suspicious nook and cranny. All I'm seeing is his fireplace is scattered wood. Huh? That's odd. Doesn't it match up with what Mr. Palinara said earlier? What's the meaning of this contradiction? Chris fire. Wait! Ambassador Palinor, you said that you burned some old vials in this fireplace today, correct? Yes, I burned quite a few files this morning, actually. After that, did you forget to clean out the ashes from the fireplace, correct? That's right. But why are you asking? And why are you making such a scary face? I'm sorry, I admit, I am a bit intimidated when I'm serious. In any case, take a good look at this fireplace and tell me what you find out about it. Let's see. Huh, where did all the ashes go? What's the meaning of all this, Mr. Edgeworth? You don't really think that Ambassador Palinero is lying, do you? No, there's no reason for him to lie. And I don't believe his testimony is wrong either. It's just the fireplace. It's just is that the fireplace is causing the contradiction. Okay, I wonder if you might update the fireplace data for me. You got it. I'm adding the ashes from the burnt files and... Sounds like we got pretty much figured out everything now, huh? Well, it was nothing. All I did was follow where our leads led us. Oh, I sense it coming on. You're about to dazzle us again, right? Oh, you mean that? Well, that's Mr. Edgeworth is known for you. Ow! Oh, I just hit my elbow against my desk! Ah! Ah! Ow! Well, that's what Mr. Edgeworth is known for, There's really no need for you two to dance around the name of what I'm about to do. There's a reason as to why the ashes are missing. It's simple. It's not because someone cleaned them up, right? No, it's because even if someone did sweep up, the fireplace is too clean for that. Ambassador Palmanero said that he spilled some Polynesian ink while he was burning the files. And yet, there's not a trace of the spilled ink on the back of the wall anywhere. Well, then, I don't know what happened. Well, I'll tell you what happened. The two sides are switched. By using the revolving fireplace wall, the ashes were moved into the neighboring room, which means that this is a clear indication that the fireplace was used. Then you mean the person I was chasing disappeared from this room through there? Yes, I believe the person you were in pursuit of is Mr. Coachman's killer, and after committing the murder, escaped through the fireplace. Wow, Mr. Edgeworth, you figured out the killer's escape route. I have, but this is only the beginning. Now we have to chase the killer down. Right? Nailed it! If the killer used the fireplace in the room to escape to the next, then it's only logical for us to talk with the person who was in the neighboring room. Well, the person that was in the room next door. Oh, it was that person, sir. Yes, Detective. Agent Sheena. It looks like looking a little more like more like Mrs. Sheena as the killer, isn't it? Well, let's not jump to conclusions yet. We need to go through what we know so far. She came running straight into this room after the next one instantly accused you. Furthermore, she claims that it could only been you who killed Mr. Coachman. I don't have any proof yet. However, I know she's hiding something from us. Okay, then why don't we go ask Mr. Sheena herself? Not yet. There's something that needs to be done first. Detective Gumshoe? Sir, is it my turn to do something, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, I have a two-part special assignment for you. First, I need you to run a handwriting analysis on the Master A's notes. Okay, I'll get the lab boys on it right away. Second, I want you to see if you can fit through the revolving fireplace wall. Right now, sir? No, the next decade. Of course now! We need to test the hypothesis first, don't we? Go on, Gummy, you can do it! Alright, I'm gonna do this like a real man. Here I go, through the fireplace and back. You shouldn't need to psych yourself up for that much for such a simple task, Detective. Wow, the wall didn't turn. The fireplace really did turn. That's so neat. I want to go try going through here too. There really is a secret passage tracer here. I had no idea. It appears that the ashes really bright on the other side of the room. Furthermore, the ballasted ink that you spilled, Ambassador, is there on the back wall. Oh, here I go, sir. Detective, I'd like you to go through there under the same conditions as the killer. Huh? But there's all ash and stuff. And your point is, now we're short on time. So if you could please hurry through. Yes, sir. Okay, so now we pretty much have the whole picture, right? No, not yet. There remains a few more mysteries to solve, such as the Yasagaster's whereabouts and the other smuggling ring members. There are two weapons that are made across the border. The key Miss Yu stole 7 years ago. In fact, we haven't figured out the things regarding Miss Yu is related to the embassy, Mr. Edgeworth. A number of pieces are connected in very complicated ways in this case. It's almost enough to make one completely mental exhaust. What are you saying, Mr. Edgeworth? I thought you were the one who said it was easy if you follow the lead. Was that supposed to be an impression of me, Kay? If it's info you gathering you need, Gummy and I can help with that. Then all you have to do is show off your fancy smancy logical deductions. Show off? Does she seem like I'm being boastful when I do that? Let's not overcomplicate the matters, okay, Mr. Edgeworth? We've been so focused like a laser on only on what seems strange and out of place. It's no wonder nothing clicked when we haven't locked anything yet. But if we think things through calmly, the answer should come to us. Okay, that's the sort of thing I say to myself when I'm practicing how to unlock padlocks, you know. That's something I just hope for. That is something I hope practice doesn't make perfect for your sake. Ha ha ha! Yay! It looks like you're back to your straight lace-based self again. Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm back, sir. Yes, I can see that. Good work, detective. Looks like you can use that fireplace as a door, sir. Are you alright, Gummy? I'm okay. It's just a bit of fashion dust, that's all. Your jacket's gotten quite filthy. I see it. The hem has practically been turned black. Yeah, well, quite a bit of it. Unburned ain't got on it, sir. I see. Thank you, detective. You did a fine job. I'll even pay the cleaning bill for the trunk coat. What? Oh no, sir. I could never. This is just my old coat, sir. If it was a coat I actually cared about, then I'd get it clean. But you know. I see. Very well then, as you wish. So because Gummy was able to come to the fireplace, we know it can be used, right? Yes, but that's not all we learned. We actually learned one other important fact, and that is, I will have to explain it to you later. Right now, we need to deal with the handwriting analysis. Detective Gumshoe? Yes, sir. I'll be back before you know it. Handwriting analysis on Mr. Coachman's handwriting will take a bit of time. Let us go and wait in the stairs from Nurtrust, along with the ancient Lang and Sheena. Now we save. And wrap up for tonight. So thank you all for coming tonight. It was a very fun time. Now, this is the part where I normally say I'll be back on Thursday for some more of Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Some more Great Ace Attorney. For more of the I'm just thinking if I win the race Looks like we can raid it. It looks like we can raid Union. He's playing some Minecraft. So make sure to give him some. So I'll see you guys on Saturday for some more Ace Attorney investigations.